pages 168 to 169 in your R book. One page higher. You are starting your writing, your big writing. Okay, so let me share my screen, or the bulk part of it. So you should have at this point filled in 166 to 167. We should have done this together. Okay. Now, before I point out, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen as well. Nope, I'm good. I want to point out a few things in your workshop or in your Canvas for the class. In your quick access, you'll need to open your notes for the essay. So that's page 166 to 167. Open up that doc. That was completed together in class. So that should be done at this point. Page 168 to 169, the essay, that's where you'll be typing in your essay. Okay. So 166 to 167 looks like this. Now during previous classes, of course, this will be completed by the time you see it. And then this is your copy. So this will open in a new window. Okay. Let me just make sure it's a doc. Yes, this was loaded as a doc. So this should be open in your new, a whole new window. And then you'll type in your essay down here. Okay. So let's go through the learning target. I can write a literary analysis to share ideas, concepts, and information about a topic, and I couldn't fit it all on one slide. So, slide learning target 2, I can choose, that's not right, hold on. Ooh. I'll just double check the wording on that. Oh yeah, because I need a comma. This time I forgot her. See? Grammar. So I can choose, organize, and analyze related information to include. And then I can follow a series of steps and use strategies to plan writing. Okay. So that's the you do. So today's goal, today we're going to work on writing a strong thesis statement for our essays and then work on organizing our drafts. So I'm going to zoom right over to the live image. Okay. So your thesis statement, and I'm going to toggle back and forth between this and the slide. So the effective thesis statement, you're going to analyze the one given right here. So reread the introduction and conclusion to the model essay, underline the thesis statement and the restatements. You'll be doing both of that. Okay. And then over here, what main points does the writer express in the thesis and restatement? And then they give an example, the examples here. Okay. Now let me zoom back over. Let me shrink this down. So I did this for you. So for me, this is what I would put in. Oh, did I have it in? No. Okay. So you're going to go straight to the introduction. Oh no, into your thesis. Okay. So we go back over to the elbow. So at the bottom, you're going to draft your introduction. So use the frames to draft possible thesis statements for your essay. Okay. Now yours might be different because it might be, I think we're doing Mr. Summers and Tessie. Okay. So you're going to have Mr. Summers felt blank while Tessie felt blank. Okay. Or you could have on the morning of the lottery, Mr. Summers blank while Tessie Hutchinson blank. That's your introduction. Okay. So that was your thesis. So then you're going to move on, whichever one you chose over here. So whether you did one or two, pick one. You can't have both. You have to pick one. That will be written in over here. That's your thesis statement. Okay. And then you also have some other options. You have some ways to introduce it. 2 characters who reacted differently, or this should like into your first sentence. So you could have two characters who reacted differently to the lottery were Mr. Summers and Tessie, period. Then you can put your thesis statement. Mr. Summers felt blank, while Tessie felt blank, or the number two if you did two. Okay, so that's really good over here. That really helps you out. You can also do this. I would suggest you do all of these. The annual lottery inspired different feelings in the characters of Mr. Summers and Tessie Hutchinson. Okay. Now you also have helper transitions and idea sentence frames for your ideas. Okay. You can see idea one and idea two. So use your I from over here. When you get to your details, you have different transitions you could use. I would pick through those. You may not use all of those. So for detail 1 and 2 for Mr. Summers, reference these. Okay, you can always, change the wording to do Tessie first. And then the same for these two details, reference these transitions. And then the ending, restate your thesis and add an interesting final thought. Some options. You have overall, in conclusion, it is worth considering. Okay, and then add a final thought. Okay. So we're going to go straight to typing this only because of time. So use the information that's on here, but go straight to typing. So let me show you. So you can split screen it. Okay. Have on one side your notes, have your book handy, and then in your other screen, have your writing. So for me, if I was setting this up, okay, I could drag this guy over. Oh, he wants to go on the big screen TV. He keeps popping up, making a smidge smaller. Okay, so I would have my writing over here. Yeah, I shine the writing a smidge better. There we go. Okay, so we've already done the work over here. So as you're typing, use your book and the sentence frames they have to get you started. Like the example thesis, these two characters, blah, blah, blah. And then put your thesis in. But then for your details, you have them right here. So use these evidence when you get to your details. Copy and paste them right in, okay? Then add your transitions in. Okay, that's very, very important. You have to transition your ideas, okay? To try to trick us, make it sound nice. With it flows, that's what I mean. Okay? Okay. So you will have multiple times to submit this. So we'll be taking a look at it. We'll take a look at it on Wednesdays in person, or if you're not in person, of course, we'll look at it just in class, in the Zoom